Good morning. Today we are continuing on with those angles. We are going to be working with vertical and corresponding angles. Yesterday we worked with the complementary and supplementary, making sure knowing that complementary means you add them together for 90 degrees, supplementary add together for 180. Remember that first objective was talking about acute, smaller than 90 degrees, a right angle, which is 90 degrees, obtuse, which is greater than 90 degrees, and the straight angle, which is exactly 180 degrees. So we need to keep all of these angle things straight, what means what. So when we make our help sheet, you're gonna wanna put definitions on it, so you can remember easily what is what. So let's look at our definition of a vertical angle. Vertical angles are angles opposite each other at a common vertex. Vertical angles are congruent. Okay, so that's another vocab word. Who knows what congruent means? If two angles are congruent, two measurements are congruent, what do you think that means, Jack?
Is it like exactly the same?
Yeah. When we say things are congruent, they are the same or equal. Okay, so vertical angles are congruent. They are the same measurement, same size. Who remembers what a vertex is? We learned that way back to first objective, Shantria. Yeah, the two sides of the angle meet at the vertex, the point. So vertical angles share that vertex, right? So they share that point. So if we have a shared vertex, if we're going to call this angle A, this is angle B, angle C, and angle D, which two angles would be vertical angles? Rhoda?
B. Oh, wait.
So
A and C.
you could do A and C are vertical. They are opposite of each other. They share that vertex, and they are congruent. What else are vertical angles? Alex? B and D are vertical angles. They are opposite, they share that vertex, and they are congruent. So those vertical angles are opposite each other on that vertex. So if we draw something like this, we might say this is 40 degrees. Here's our vertex. This is its opposite angle, that vertical angle. What measurement would that be opposite of that 40 degrees? Joy? 40 degrees, because they are congruent. So opposite is that same 40 degrees. Now, we're going to use prior knowledge. What is our missing angle? Who can figure it out? Rhoda?
50 degrees.
Why 50 degrees?
So it would be a 180.
What are we adding the 50 degrees to make 180?
40.
When we do a supplementary angle, how many angles do we add together?
2.
Oh. So let's look, here's our line, right here. We have a 40-degree on that line, and we have a missing angle on that line. Following your logic, how many degrees is that straight line?
50.
What were we trying to equal?
180.
180. Remember that straight angle is 180 degrees. What else is 180 degrees that we learned about yesterday? What do you think, Jackson? Supplementary angles. What do we know about supplementary angles? Michael?
They sum up to 180.
They sum to be 180. If I know one of them, I know that straight angle is 180 degrees. I know one angle of it is 40. What's our missing angle? Michael?
Another 40 degrees.
How did you get that, Michael?
Because 40 plus 40 is 80, and then add 100
So if I have that 180 degrees for that straight angle, I can subtract the 40 I know, and I'm left with 140. 140 plus 40 equals that 180 degrees. What is our other missing angle? Two different ways we could find the answer. Rhoda, what do you think it is? Take a guess.
Another 140 degrees?
How would we know that, Rhoda?
Because they're really up to because there's the two supplementary angles crossing.
So we have a 40 degrees up here, we needed supplement. 40 degrees here, we needed supplement. How else could we know? Super easy, not having to do any math at all. How could I have known that would have been 140 degrees? Alex?
They're vertical angles.
They're vertical angles. So if I figured out this is 130, its vertical angle is 140. Okay? So we're gonna use this information today. Prior information with the supplementary and straight angles are 180 degrees, supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. Vertical angles are congruent, they are the same. So, using what you know about straight angles and vertical angles, write in each unmarked angle measure. They're giving us one angle. We know this is that straight, I'm not drawing it very straight. This is a straight line. A straight line is how many degrees? 180, magic number. Okay, we have a couple of magic numbers we need to remember for this unit. Straight line, 180 degrees. Supplemental angles equal 180 degrees. So if we know this is 180 degrees and one of its angles is 150, can we find its other angle? What would it be? Alex?
30,
How did you get that, Alex?
because 150 minus 180.
180 minus 150, we don't want to go negative. 180 degrees, straight line. Take away the 150 that we know and we're left with 30 degrees. How can we real quick and easy fill in our other numbers? What did we learn about Matt?
On those sides?
Yeah, vertical angles are congruent. So opposite sides, 150 is up here, we know 150 is going to be down here. 30 is over here, here's our vertex, opposite angle we know is going to be congruent. The way to double check is adding up those two supplementary angles, making sure they equal 180 degrees. You're gonna do that for these set of angles, these set of angles, and these set of angles. fill in the 3 missing angles. Using your supplemental angles, using those vertical angles that are opposite, they are congruent. Okay, so you're gonna fill those in. But before we do that, we're gonna learn what a corresponding angles with parallel lines are. Okay, so let me scroll up so we can get our new vocab term. Corresponding angles with parallel lines. And so these angles in the same location at a different vertex when lines are parallel corresponding angles are congruent. What does it mean to be congruent? Joy, the same measurement, right? Vertical angles are congruent. They are the same, opposite each other. Now we're talking about corresponding angles. Then we have parallel lines. What does it mean to be parallel? Michael?
They never meet, like they will touch.
Yeah, 2 lines that will never meet. They go straight along next to each other, never meeting. So we're gonna have 2 parallel lines, and then we have a line that intersects them like that. Now, we have 2 different vertexes, right? We can pick, they are corresponding because they're on parallel lines. So we can pick this top one up, pick it up and place it directly over the bottom one. That's what it means when they are corresponding and they are congruent. So we can pick up the top one and place it directly over this bottom one. Their angles are the same. So if I were to write an angle measurement in 1, we just looked at those vertical angles and we could fill in the other 3 angles. I can take those same measurements, pick them up, and put them at the other vertex. And they will be identical. So let's see what that will look like. I'm going to draw a new set so I can fill in angle measurements. So let's say this is 50 degrees. Who can tell me what another angle measurement is at that vertex? Knowing what we know about vertical angles and supplemental angles. Rhoda?
130 degrees.
Yeah, so 180 minus 50 is 130 degrees. They are supplemental angles. What else could I fill in at that same vertex? Michael?
50 across from the other, and 130 across from the
Yeah, vertical angles. Directly across from 50 is going to be another 50 degrees. Directly across from 130 is going to be 130 degrees. Now, when I say they are corresponding because they're on that parallel lines, I can pick these numbers up and put them directly on top of that line above them. So I can say, all right, if I pick this up, this 50 degrees is going to go right here. 50 degrees. I pick it up and I place it right on top. I don't turn it. I just pick it up and place it directly on top. Does that make sense? Now I can fill in the other three angles the exact same way. I can say, okay, if 50's on the bottom and to the left, bottom line to the left, bottom line to the left, I go above it, it's 130 degrees. I go next to it, it's 50 degrees. I go under that, it's 130 degrees. Those numbers are in the exact same places on the different line. So where your vertex is, it looks exactly the same, your angle measurements at the line above it. So what we're doing is we're taking what we learned about the vertical angles up top, and we're just doing it twice. Exactly the same. Corresponding angles, those vertex angles all around it are identical. They are congruent. So I can pick this up, and that 50 degrees is gonna go right on top of the 50 degrees. They look exactly the same. So when we look at our work, we're given that one angle measurement of 110 degrees. Can I figure out what's under it? Use your supplemental angles. What angle degree is going to be under 110 degrees? Raise your hand when you can tell me. Supplemental angles, 180 minus 110. What is our degree that we are looking for? Jackson? 70. 180 minus 110 is 70. What am I gonna put right next to that 70 degrees? Matt? Is the 70 gonna be right next to 70? Vertical angle, Matt. What am I gonna put right here? 110. Opposite angles are congruent. So what's our missing angle now, Matt? 70, because it's opposite it. So, corresponding angles, I'm gonna pick this up and put it right up on top. What is my top angle right there? Gigi Gallagher. If I'm picking this vertex up and I'm putting it right on top of this vertex, what's that top angle gonna be? So, I look here, and I'm going to look down here, that exact same angle. Yeah, 110, I'm picking it up and I'm putting it right on top. And then I'm gonna fill in all the other angles the exact same way. I have 110 on top. Underneath it, I have 70. Next to that, I have 110. Above that, I have 70. What important thing are you noticing I'm putting next to all my numbers, Vinny? The degree circle, right? That little circle means degree. In this unit, do you think it's important that we put that degree symbol?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Super important. Notice how it looks like a degree and not another zero. You must make it small so I can see it's a degree and not a zero. So you're going to do these two corresponding angles the same way. Find its supplement, and then fill in those vertical angles, and then you pick it up and you put it directly on that vertex above it or below it. Do you have any questions on how to do this? So the vertical angles up on top, you're just doing one set of angles that are vertical with that vertex. On the bottom with corresponding angles, you're doing those vertical angles, and then you're picking it up and you're doing the exact same thing above it. They should look identical. They are congruent. When you are finished, if you have Khan Academy to do your Khan Academy. Okay, too many of us did not do it last week. If you are done with the Khan Academy, work on your math packet. You can also get checked off on the Stations of the Cross. Okay, during work time, we can do that. If you are watching this at home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.